This is a story about birds, insects, fish, and a river. Also the people who depend on it for their livelihood. When the springs rise, the River Test appears in this field at Ash. It flows past Beer Mill, where Henri de Portal started paper making in the year 1712. Here also can be found the brown trout. When the hedges are full of their autumn fruit and old man's beard, that is the time to clear the river and banks and hatches to allow the winter's water to flow. Rivers must be restocked, ready for the spring. And to do this, it is necessary to catch the hen fish and gently milk off the eggs. Then fertilize them with the milk from the cockfish. Stir the eggs for a few minutes, wash, and put into the troughs in the hatchery. The autumn colors are now at their best. The winds shake the leaves to open up views not seen during the summer. Electric fishing is done at this time of the year. A small generator is carried in the boat to supply the current. Probes passing through the water pass the electricity from one to the other. This stuns the fish and brings them to the surface. This allows the unwanted fish to be collected and removed, while the others are left to recover. And keeps down predators like this killer pike. the trout hatchery, the eggs are now hatching in their thousands. Here you can see the baby trout, only 1 day old, with the egg sac, which will be their food supply for the first few days. All the egg shells must be removed from the trays. Nearby, threshing wheat for thatching straw is taking place. The sheaves of wheat, which were stacked in the autumn, are now put through the reeder, a converted threshing drum. The wheat comes out to be bagged up and sent to the mill. The straw moves down to the bundler, which ties it up ready for thatching. A lot of thatched roofs remain in the Test Valley. Here, a barn at Wurwell gets the finishing touches from a young craftsman. Nesting banks for kingfishers can be found along the river's edge. The birds are very easy to tame with food and will come time and time again to collect the offerings. They always fly to a convenient post or stone to hit the fish on it before swallowing it. While working on the riverbank, you can see the trout coming upstream to spawn on the clean gravel bed. New life in the river, but death on the bank. In the reeds is a little grebe, which has tried to swallow a bullhead fish, which choked it. In the hatchery, the young trout are coming along fine and beginning to eat more food. With the late snows of March, the spring flowers take a battering. The water takes on a steel-cold look, and the birds are glad of any berries left on the bushes from winter. In the water, a lamprey performs its mating dance. bullheads lay their eggs underneath stones to protect them from predators. Late March sees the warmth of the sun bring out the pussy willow and hazel. Now is the time to net the grayling out of the river. They were introduced to the test in the last century and increase rapidly. Netting is the only way to keep their numbers in check. Nets are drawn downstream and the trout take to the weeds and mud to escape. The pike feels the warmth of spring and thinks of young trout and duck. Here they are removed by snaring. A wire is slipped over the head, and then it is snatched out of the water. A pike like this will eat a 2-pound trout and will remove a duckling every day from a brood, leaving perhaps one out of a dozen. Once caught by these wicked teeth, nothing escapes. How big? That big? Birds now nest along the river's banks. This hedge sparrow's nest has a cuckoo's egg in it. Here, a baby coot, only a few hours old, can swim with ease. May is the time to restock the river with trout. The fish are collected from the stews and put into the main river. The fish are now weighing about 3 pounds and placed about every 50 yards. One of the trout's natural foods is the mayfly. This one seen here is changing her skin before laying her eggs in the river. In the evenings, the fish are rising, and men pit their skills against the trout. This is a good time to explore the river weed and see what life there is in it. Lampreys, shrimp, sticklebacks, and bullheads all indicate that this stream is both clean and pure. Summer flowers now abound on the banks, and hoverflies search for food. The air hums with insect life, which is the food for trout. Trout are caught on imitation flies. Now we can see them being made. Feathers from a cock's head and silk are used to build up the body onto the hook. A coat of varnish to waterproof the fly, and that's another one made. Tie one of these flies on your line, and you're ready to try your skill. Wet or fine days make very little difference to devoted fishermen. autumn comes round again to whirlwind. The mallard now have their adult plumage, and the year of the river has gone round again. The now fat hedgehog must find somewhere to hibernate, and the golden chestnut leaves pass over the trout on the journey to the sea.